High school basketball coverage begins now on the Southeast Sports Network. This broadcast is presented by Cromartie Law. Produced by Northwest Georgia Media in collaboration with WLAQ Radio. You're watching high school basketball action
annual
on the Southeast
Seven
Sports
Hills
Network.
Rotary Christmas Tournament. We're on hand again from inside the Winthrop King Center on the campus of Shorter University, where the winners brackets will be played out tonight. I'm Guyvan Booker, he's Luke Reynolds, and we're tasked with narrowing this field of 8 down to 2 tonight to set up tomorrow's 6:30 and 8 o'clock championship games that will decide who takes home the gold ball in 2025. Michelle Arp's Armurchie Lady Indians and Jacob Travis's Model Blue Devils have already clinched their righteous spots in the gold ball game. And now, Luke, the after-hours doubleheader kicked off by the Pepperell Lady Dragons and the Model Lady Blue Devils, and capped by Darlington and Rockmart, will sure up the final 2 spots.
Yes, sir, and it's going to be an exciting one today. A little bit of a new blood here as a power team in the tournament. The Pepperell Lady Dragons coming into this one and facing a perennial powerhouse here in the Model Blue Devils.
Well, I want to get this out of the way. First of all, it's a pleasure once again to be in everyone's company tonight. Those who bought a ticket, those watching at home or listening on their commute, and of course yourself, Luke. We had a lot of fun last night, and I've been looking forward to 8 more quarters with you, sir. Tonight. This gymnasium, which has housed Hawks basketball since 1993, is as lively as ever tonight. Dragons, Devils, Tigers, and Yellow Jackets from around the area have made their way over to Shorter Avenue here the weekend before Christmas to take in some holiday hoops. We're about 70 seconds away from getting the starting lineups, which we'll give them to you right now. We won't make you wait for them. First, for the 10-1 Pepperell Lady Dragons. In the backcourt for them, it'll be number 2, Caitlin House. She put up 38 in yesterday's 56-48 win over Rome. She's out there with Hannah Smith, number 3, Sarah Harris, number 12, and then down low, Millie Hopper, number 14, and Kirsten Cordell, number 25. And the Dragons are down there coached by Emily Clater, assisted by Frances Wagner. And they're wearing their white tops, white shorts, gold numerals outlined in black with dragons in gold across the chest. Some high fives for them down to our left. As for the Model Lady Blue Devils, down to our right, they're in their black tops, black shorts, piped in white, model in script across the chest in royal blue and outlined in white. Here's how they're line up. In the backcourt, number 3, Addie Mathis out there with Sasha Wood. Those were the 2 primary scorers, along with Cam Sanders in their first game of this Christmas tournament. Sam Betts and Jada Wells round out the starting 5 for the Model Blue Devils here tonight. And the public address announcer, Grayson Atkins, gonna get us set for what is going to be game number 8, the semifinal round here in the Rome Seven Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament. And just your thoughts here initially, Luke, what you're looking for out of both of these teams as we get ready to get underway.
Well, obviously you and me saw Cam Sanders and Sasha Wood firsthand, what they could do, and just the size differential between them and the Lady Eagles of Coosa. And I'll be interested to see how Pepperell is able to match up in that field, because if they can contain them, they have a path to win this ball game.
Most definitely. Sally Eccles, we failed to mention the coaching staff first time around, so I want to make sure we get that in. Sally Eccles' staff consists of Robbie Dooley, Rachel Griffith, Libby Upton, and Abby Henderson. Manager Sarah Lawson and Hannah Rush. Important to throw those managers in there. They do a lot for these teams. I was a manager myself as a freshman in high school for the varsity team, so I want to make sure I get those names out there as well, Luke. Well, both teams huddled up. Model breaks the huddle. They're starting 5 now, pacing their way towards the center of the gym. And not far behind them, the Lady Dragons in their white will get spread out and match up. It'll be Cam Sanders, and trying to get the number on the lady jumping for the Lady Dragons. I believe that is Caitlin House. Yes, it is. Number 2 in white jumping for the Dragons. Here we go, folks. We hope the shopping is done, and we hope that you are buckled in tight on WLAQ's sleigh. this evening. Tip won and controlled by the Blue Devils. They'll have first possession. They feed down low, and a turnaround layup is good from Cam Sanders. She had a phenomenal game 24 hours ago, 14 points for her in that one, and she starts the Blue Devils off with a layup. 2-0 here, and the ball in the hands of the Lady Dragons. On the wing right, Millie Hopper hoists a three, tries to bank it in high off the glass. It's no good. One and done possession for them. Back at the other end, it's Model. Lay-in won't go underneath the basket. A second lay-in won't go either. Addie Mathis with the first attempt, Sanders with the second, and we go streaking back the other way. And a foul on the floor. No, we're going to get a travel. Travel called on the Lady Dragons. That was Hannah Smith with the ball in her right hand. She went blazing down the floor, and she gets called with a travel, so a turnover for them. Model with the basketball, about 45 seconds gone here in game 8 of the semifinal round. They break the press to the Blue Devils, back up the floor, and we'll see a travel on Model. And these girls are playing fast here early. Got to get their feet under them a little bit.
Playing fast, and they just need to settle down. This is even more people, I think, in the gym tonight than we had last night.
You're right. This Winthrop King Center seats 1,500, and it's pretty much standing room only at this point. Down low, they feed the post. Caitlin House, double team. She turns around and finds the bottom of the net. First bucket of the ball game for the Lady Dragons. And if House has a game like she had 24 hours ago, it's going to be a tough night for the Blue Devils.
And obviously Model looked very dominant against Coosa there, but there was not a true scorer on that team like there is on this Dragons team.
I think that's a great point. Fantastic point. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Sanders having some trouble with it out near the midcourt stripe. It's stolen. Now back at the other end, House twirling in the lane. She loses the handle. It'll stay on this end of the floor. 2-2 our score, 6:19 to go, first period. If you're just joining us here on WLAQ in Northwest Georgia's TV's coverage of this Rotary Christmas Tournament. Off the inbound, lay-in won't go for Hannah Smith. She comes down with the rebound. Now the feed in, low block, short jumper, that will go. And that's going to be a bucket for Sarah Harris. Man, these gold numbers are not easy on the eyes here. Having trouble making out these numerals, but that's okay. I'm a fan of the white and gold combo. 4-2, 2 minutes gone here in this first quarter. And it is the Lady Dragons settling in to their zone, playing a high 2-3 zone on the Blue Devils. Samantha Betts feeds the corner, now down low. Jada Wells, turnaround, good. Oh, pardon me, that was Sanders. Sanders, her second bucket. She's got 4. And we're tied up.
And Cam Sanders going to work early there. Still looking for a matchup that will shut her down, Pepperell is.
Hannah Smith picks up her dribble. She's tied up with it now, and she'll get fouled. It's going to go on 3 in black. Addie Mathis, it'll be her first and team's first. Foul's on the floor, so Pepperell will inbound from the far side. Hip high dribble for Millie Hopper. Dribbles down to the wing right. Crosses back over, heads towards the baseline. Picks up her dribble. Nice on-ball defense. Almost a steal for the Blue Devils. Shot clock shows 12. 3 hoisted. It's good. Caitlin House with 5 early points. And it's a 7-4 lead. If she's going to shoot like that tonight, man, you've got to show some on-ball pressure. And now we're going to get a turnover in the backcourt, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 7-4 our score, 4:52 to play in the opening quarter of this one. We'll step aside here on WLAQ. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
WLAQ's coverage of the 72nd annual Rome Seven Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament presented by Advent Health Redmond. And also brought to you by the Sylvan Learning Center, Equipment Outlet, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Rome Orthopedic Center, and Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. We welcome you back inside the Winthrop King Center. Gavin Booker alongside Luke Reynolds. 4:52 to play, first quarter. That was not a foul on the floor. That was actually a timeout called by the Model Blue Devil bench. So 7-4, ball in the backcourt, inbounded and taken up by Sasha Wood. She'll cross over and get it to the right side of the floor from Model. Dribbling in, Sam Betts nearing the three-point line. Drops it off for Sanders. She's got 4 here in this first quarter, and she's going to walk with it. She looked to make a cross-court pass and kind of chopped her feet a little bit, and that'll be a turnover for Model.
And mental errors so far from the Lady Blue Devils, and Pepperell so far able to capitalize on the offensive end.
Primary ball handler right now, Hannah Smith for the Lady Dragons, but it's Caitlin House with 5 of the 7 points on the board for Pepperell. Skip pass, and now they get it into the hands of Sarah Harris. She'll dribble with her left hand and feed it back to Hannah Smith. On the wing left, another skip pass to Harris. Harris dribbles in, gets a touch of the paint, and her shot is no good, but we've got a deflection, and so it will stay with the Dragons. And it will be Hannah Smith, the one to inbound it. Kirsten Cordell on the low block. She'll set a pick, but they're going to take their long outlet pass and get it in the hands of Hopper. Now here's another 3, and it's another one that finds the bottom of the net for Caitlin House.
And Caitlin House just picking her shot and knocking it down perfectly right now.
Well, that was the first touch of the possession for her, and it was a quick trigger. Now at the other end, ball stolen. Coming back the other way, Hannah Smith into the hands of House. House running the floor, and she is fouled on the way up. Cam Sanders going to pick up her first and team second of this first quarter. .351 to play if you're just joining us. 10-4. It has been Caitlin House's Lady Dragons stretching this lead out here early. And it's House at the line, shooting 2. She's got some bright pink sneakers on. 2 dribbles and up with the first foul shot. It is true. 1 substitution for Model. Georgia Womack, who's appearing in just her second game of the season, checks in and will give Addie Mathis a rest. Second free throw up and good as well. It was a great ovation, by the way, for Georgia Womack in last night's ball game. She picked up a late basket.
And as we learned in that ball game, they have a very deep bench and get production from the bench over at Model.
Once again, the 2-3 zone giving Model some fits on their end of the floor. They will feed it to Wells, and the shot from the elbow won't go for Sanders off the feed from Wells, and back the other way we go. Spearheaded by Caitlin House, ball in her right hand. She's going to look down low, and it's in and out of the hands of Kirsten Cordell. Turnover for the Dragons. Now at the other end, basket is good. And going to the line for a chance to make it a 3-point play the old-fashioned way is Sasha Wood. She was the leading scorer in that game yesterday, Luke, and you got to feel like with the way this game's going so far, they're going to need her to be a big piece again tonight.
Exactly. Sasha Wood and Cam Sanders, just one of the elite duos in this tournament and in the county so far.
Great look at that last and one opportunity there. Replay tonight brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. Wood is on the board looking to cut this down to a 5-point lead with the foul shot, and she makes good on it. 3 points for Wood that possession. 12-7, 3:12 to go first quarter. Hannah Smith staying in the ball game. She's played every one of this first 5 minutes of this contest. Top of the key, Millie Hopper dribbles right, feeds the corner. They swing it around the perimeter to the Dragons. 3 is up. It is too strong, and a rebound for Cam Sanders. That 3 was shot by Hannah Smith. Back the other way, 4-on-3 advantage, and the 3 won't go from the wing right for Model. Samantha Betts put one in the air, but it's just a little shy of the rim, and it'll be Pepperell basketball. 12-7, 2:40 to go.
Yeah, and she just looked a little rushed on that jumper. Maybe just a little more time to set her feet, and that would have been right through.
I agree. It was a catch and shoot. I think she had time for maybe a dribble or two. Shot from the short corner won't go for Pepperell. Sarah Harris missing that opportunity. Now back at the other end, it's the Lady Blue Devils. They feed the paint, and the pass is stolen. Boy, there were two Devils within 3 feet of each other down there.
And a physical play made on defense. I think Cam Sanders was looking for a foul that time. Didn't look like it to me.
House from deep won't go. And a tie-up on the rebound between Pepperell's Millie Hopper and Model's Georgia Womack. Possession arrow is going to keep it with the Lady Dragons. I mean, that was from about 4-point range.
Yeah, and they clearly allow House to have the green light from wherever she wants on the floor.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you put up 38, I think you've pretty much got it from wherever she wants to take it from.
Absolutely.
There's a turnover. Fast break opportunity for Models. Saving the basketball from going out of bounds was Betts, and now another tie-up. And with the possession arrow flipping after the last call on the other end of the floor, it'll go or stay with the Blue Devils this time. Substitution for Pepperell. Gloria McGinnis will come in, and she will grab Sarah Harris. It'll be McGinnis's first minutes of the game. 1:46 to go, first quarter, 12-7 lead. Right now for Pepperell, spinning in the lane. Shot won't go for Sanders. She gets her own rebound, but her putback attempt is no good too. And so House will cross over the time stripe and direct this offense. She moves off the ball screen and will have a foul call. It'll go against Cam Sanders. It's her second and team's second. That's kind of a big update there. 2 personals here in this first quarter for Sanders. She'll be maybe playing a little bit more carefully in the second quarter. They need her on the floor.
More carefully, but not a bad foul that time from Sanders. Just trying to stop Caitlin House.
Pass down low to House. Her layup attempt is foiled. And so Model going back the other way. Oh, man. Pass right over the head of Zakiya Diamond. I think she thought there was a Blue Devil behind her, so she kind of limboed out of the way of the pass. Fortunately, Model retains possession. Womack, dribble. Thought about a shot, but her momentum carried her into the air, and she travels with it. I mean, I'd like to see her just take that shot right there.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a lack of confidence there coming off the bench. Just unsure, and she'll grow to be more confident in that situation.
Under a minute to play, first quarter. 12-7 our score in favor of the Pepperell Lady Dragons. Dribbling with her left hand now. Feeding the post is Hannah Smith. Turnaround shot won't go for House. Offensive rebound amidst a flurry of gray and black jerseys down there. We'll have a tie-up on the rebound, and it'll stay with Pepperell.
And very narrowly a travel that time. Close call.
Here comes the inbound. They give it up to Hopper. Shot, good from the corner. First bucket of the game for Hannah Smith. Second triple of this first quarter for Pepperell. The lead is 15-7. Could be the final possession of the half if Model chooses to do so. 20 seconds to play. Dribbling, getting into the lane, losing the handle, but regaining it and putting it back in. It's Sasha Wood.
Sasha Wood that time, the improvisation. That's how you win basketball games.
That's a big bucket, too, to pull within 6 and 2 possessions before the end of this quarter. Game clock down to 3, and we've got a travel called on Caitlin House. They were just playing ISO basketball right there.
ISO basketball that time, and I think House just wanted to get it past the defender too much. Had it too long in her arms.
Game clock at 3 seconds. It'll be Womack to inbound. She gives it up to Betts. Up the floor. Will they have enough time to get a shot off? They will not. Mathis was the last one to touch it, and that's how this first quarter comes to a close. 15-9 our score. And right now it's the Caitlin House show for the Pepperell side of things. We're going to take a 60-second break and be back with the second quarter of action here in the 72nd Annual Rome 7 Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like a great basketball team, success starts with a solid game plan. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
Serious car wrecks deserve serious action. Call Cromartie Law in Rome.
They've collected tens of millions on behalf of their clients.
When you have a serious injury, you want a serious law firm on your side. You want Rick working on your personal injury case.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
Inside the Whitman King Center here in Rome, Georgia for the 72nd Annual Rome 7 Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament. A 15-9 score after one. That score will change 10 seconds into the second period on a made shot from Addie Mathis. That's big.
And almost from three-point range that time. That would have been even bigger.
15-11 now. It's Mathis's first basket. She's just the third different scorer for the Model Lady Blue Devils here in this one. Out of the first quarter, Sanders had 4, Wood had 5. Now a steal for the Blue Devils on defense, streaking the other way. Sasha Wood, her lay-in is good.
And elite ball handling that time from Sasha Wood, just controlling the ball, pushing it forward, and finding the lay-in.
Now we got ourselves a tight ball game. 15-13, losing the dribble. Hannah Smith, we're going back the other way, and you can feel the Model faithful getting some confidence here inside this gymnasium.
Yeah, and maybe just a lapse of concentration that time from the Model ball handler.
Betts to the corner, now down low, Cam Sanders. She's going to draw 2 Pepperell defenders. Now they kick it back outside. Addie Mathis dribbling around the perimeter. She'll give it up to Wood, their leading scorer thus far through 9 minutes of this contest. Wood pulls up on the left elbow. It won't go. And the rebound to Hannah Smith. She wants to go long with it. House was supposed to be on the receiving end of that pass. She can't pull it down. Pepperell ends up with it, though. And no bucket, but a foul coming. We'll see on who. Looks like it'll be going against Pepperell and Sarah Harris. Her first. And obviously team's first here in the second quarter.
A little bit of a shame that time. It looked like there was a tie-up, and a Pepperell player did hit the ground, but the foul did not go to them.
Smooth crossover dribble from Addie Mathis, but she loses the dribble on the way in. And now we've got a foul on this end of the floor.
Yeah, just unnecessary that time. Trying to get the pass down court, and Samantha Betts just reaching in.
It's Betts' first. And so it looked like Model was going to have an opportunity to tie or maybe even take their first lead of this ball game with that possession, but instead it's Pepperell with the ball, and it's House dribbling towards the hoop. Her left-handed layup won't go. And a good rebound from Jada Wells. Wells and Sanders down under, and there's the ball flying right through the hands of Sanders. Also on the floor right now for the Blue Devils, it's Betts, Wood, and Addie Mathis. That's the 5 on the floor for Sally Eccles. 6:06 to go here in the first half. Pass to the corner is intercepted, then lost, and it's the Blue Devils coming away with it.
And some messy basketball so far. A couple miscommunications on both sides.
Like to just see a good possession here from Model. Slow things down, get your shot up here. And that looked like it, but Wood traveled with it. No, we're going to get a 3-second call. 3-second call on Model, who give the ball back to Pepperell. I want to take this opportunity also to thank our video sponsors in this game, beginning with Cromartie Law. 5:40 to go, first half, 2-point game. The closest it's been in some time, really since the first minute or two of the ball game. Dragons looking for an entry. There's their primary score. It's off her fingertips. It's going to be an over and back. There's that lapse of concentration there, Luke.
Yeah, lapse of concentration, and I've said this before, but I think it is an environment, a huge factor. The players just aren't used to this amount of noise that comes with the Christmas tournament, and I think that's bringing some concentration lapses.
Most definitely. 15-13, sensing that lapse of concentration, Emily Clater is going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. 30-second break coming here on WLAQ.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're going to take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Northwest Georgia's coverage of the 72nd annual Rome 7 Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament is also brought to you by Mathis True Value Hardware, World's Finest Chocolate, Advent Health Redmond, and the Herb Shop on Broad. Let me be the first to say to these students in the house, and maybe the students listening, happy winter break, everybody. I know, Luke, you had the day off today. We're not all as lucky as you, sir, but it's now Christmas break for a lot of these kids, so enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't get into the corporate world too fast, because you'll find yourself working up to Christmas Eve.
Exactly, and I'm excited to have the Christmas break. I was actually at the school a lot today helping set up for the Unity Christmas games.
Okay.
Known as Deck the Den. Quite a tradition at Unity.
I like that. Pepperell with the basketball out of the timeout. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. It's a 15-13 game, but it's a 4-0 run to start the second quarter from Model. 3 from the corner, missed everything on the way down. Offensive rebound, though. Shot from the wing left won't go either for Pepperell. And now a battle for the rebound will result in a jump ball. And they'll keep the pumpkin on this end of the floor. And once again, this replay brought to you by Smithwood and Wealth Management. Fantastic coverage of this 72nd annual Rome 7 Hills Rome Christmas Tournament. Bucket good for Pepperell.
And Model
from
just
Millie
a little,
Hopper. Go ahead.
Little flat-footed there from Model, trying to guard the inbounds play that time.
And this is a call we've seen a lot this tournament. It's a palming call. Seems like our Zebras are maybe cracking down on that call a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen as many palming calls as I've seen over these last 24 hours.
Yeah, clearly something they've seen in other games and are trying to stamp it out in this tournament.
17-13 our score. By the way, that was Millie Hopper picking up the basket last time Pepperell had the ball. It's her first points of the night. Nice side step and shot won't go for Sarah Harris. And now we're going to get a foul in transition. It'll go against Hopper. Hopper's first and team's second of this second period as we approach the halfway mark of this second quarter. Crossover dribble from Betts to get it across the timeline. Shot from the corner won't go for Addie Mathis. And we've got a bucket coming and another foul shot coming for Cam Sanders.
And powerful work there from Cam Sanders underneath and letting the opposing Pepperell player know it after the fact.
Most definitely. And I think it's going to go against Sarah Harris. That's where Cam Sanders' presence is felt the most, I feel like, especially in a game like this. It's underneath, getting rebounds, putting balls back up. Foul shot is good for Sanders, by the way. She's now got 7 in this first half, and the lead is cut to 1. This is the closest this game has been since the opening tip.
Yeah, and the firepower, like you said, with Cam
yes.
Sanders just winning right now for Model.
Pepperell's going to try to get back to what they know works right here on this possession. 3:56 to go, first half. Dribbling on the wing right, far out from the arc is Sarah Harris. Now a 3 from college depth, no good. Rebound underneath, and the putback no good. And now Model with an opportunity to take a lead if they can get it out of the backcourt, and we've got a foul on the trap. Oh boy. You can't get in that cylinder, Luke.
Exactly.
Can't reach over, can't get in the cylinder.
And she did have Betts pinned that time on the defensive side for Pepperell. If she had just stayed with the hands back, could have been a turnover, but won't turn out that way.
Oh, now a great effort on the inbound from Harris to force the tie-up. Possession arrow is going to keep it with the Devils.
And they clearly have seen something on film in terms of the ball handling, perhaps a weakness that they're spotting here.
Definitely. Georgia Womack going to come back into the game. Addie Mathis will have a seat with 3:36 to go in the first half. Inbounding it, Betts finds her outlet. Now Womack on the wing left, thought about a three, dribble drive, floater just outside of the lane, won't go. Offensive rebound though for Jada Wells. And another opportunity and a second chance for the Blue Devils. Betts on the left elbow, great pass, and fouled on the way up, Jada Wells. Great vision there from Betts to find Wells on the low block.
And I am really impressed with Samantha Betts this tournament here. Just somewhat of an X factor, because in the film for the Cartersville game, struggled a little bit, but has grown up, and this model offense has grown around her.
Wells' first foul shot won't go. And we've got two substitutions to note for Pepperell. Gloria McGinnis is back in. And we'll try to get you that number. I believe that's Kirsten Cordell also back in the game. This to tie it. And it's too strong. But a rebound for Pepperell. And we'll go back the other way. So Wells 0 for 2 from the line. A trip that could have given Model their first lead of this game. 3, airballed from Caitlin House. Offensive rebound, tried to get it back to House. Now we've got a rush down the floor for it and a walk on House. Yeah, she slid with it, all of her inertia. She couldn't stop on a dime right there, so she walks with it, but great hustle from both of those players.
And Caitlin House started out hot, and she's trying to get back to that right now and forcing shots a little bit, in my opinion.
I agree with you. 7-2 run here for Model in this second quarter. They pulled within one, and now they turn it over again. When you're playing from behind, Luke, I mean, stuff like that. You know, those just simple entry passes where someone turns their head. I mean, they just feel so monumental, especially when you're so close to tying this game up or taking a lead.
But as we saw in that Coosa game, Model tends to get on the same page almost perfectly towards that second half.
That's right. That's when they hit their stride. By the way, it is Sana Evans in the game. She has the ball now on the wing right. She's going to pull it. It's true, and that's a 3 for Evans off the bench for Emily Clater and company.
And how about it? A cannon that time. Barely even jumped that time. Just launched it for 3.
And the lead back to 2 possessions for Pepperell as we wind down to the 2-minute mark here in this first half. Great feed down low. Looking to go up with it. And committing a foul is Alana Penn. She's a name that we mentioned a lot last night, but this is really the first touch I believe she's gotten in this game, and she's going to charge in the lane down there and give the ball back to Pepperell.
Yeah, and Penn just a little too overt with the shoulder tap that time. Just showed it right to the officials, and they called it.
2 minutes on the dot to go first half. 4-point game. Model has made this a tight one. Here's Evans backing down Penn. She gives it up. Millie Hopper drives baseline, gets it back into the hands of Evans. Her shot is good. Evans with 5 in the last 2 possessions on that end of the floor for Pepperell. And the lead pushed back out to 6. Top of the key. Poked free. Begging for the ball up the floor is House. She got away from the defense, and now she's going to go up strong with it. No bucket. They're going to call a charge on House. She kind of threw an elbow at the defender as she was going up with it.
Wow, tight call and truly a shift there. All the Model faithful sitting down after what they thought was a call on Pepperell that
Yeah,
time.
that would have put Pepperell up 8 with a chance to go up 9 at the line. Womack's dribble drive stolen. Now they'll try to trap in the backcourt will the Blue Devils. Breaking the press, going the other way, Hannah Smith. And she tries to Euro with it, and she's fouled. No, she commits the foul. Another charge. Boy, those refs are quick to award the defense in this game.
And I do believe the charge was the correct call that time. The feet set by the Lady Blue Devil that time. But it looked like a Lady Dragon was downfield, down court there, just wanting the ball that time, not getting it. And an offensive foul is the result.
Kirsten Cordell back into the game for Pepperell. 22-16, 60 seconds to go. Shot clock right around 25 seconds. Betts will be fouled on the hip by Millie Hopper.
And Millie Hopper just moving her feet perfectly there, but just got a little too low with the hand placement that there on the left hand, and they're going to call that in this one. This is a tightly called game thus far.
Betts is going to go to the line after the 5th personal called on Pepperell. 2 shots coming for the scoreless Samantha Betts. And her first shot no good. Something to keep track of here in this quarter because it's such a tight game. Model has missed its last 3 free throws. 2 from Wells a few minutes ago. Betts now 0 for 1 this trip to the line. She pounds the rock into the floor a few times. And her second foul shot no good as well. Rebound pulled down by Sana Evans. We'll have a tie-up, and the jump ball possession arrow will go to the Dragons. Still 22-16, 50 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock reads 35 seconds. And Model's going to get into a little full court press here. Try to force a turnover in the backcourt, maybe steal a possession. Inbound to Hopper. Hands it right back to Hannah Smith, who had inbounded it. She's going to go the distance, and she walks with it. I think she's wanting her teammates to kind of come to her a little bit, so she's not the only ball handler or ball carrier up the floor.
And almost just a little frustration showing there.
Yeah.
Almost like the ball took a rogue bounce.
Yeah. They've got bumps in this floor. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Really?
No, I'm just playing. 3 from the wing right won't go for Sasha Wood. Shot clock goes dark, and the Dragons with possession, 22-16. Smith almost dribbles herself into a trap, dribbles her way out of it. Now Hopper's going to dribble with her right hand, give it back into the hands of the point guard Smith, who gives it off to McGinnis. A lot of dribbling. Someone's got to make a move towards the hoop. Shot up and no good. Evans was the one to make a move towards the rim. And we'll have a foul on the rebound, and it will go the other way. Was that a foul or just a jump ball there, Luke?
Jump ball.
Jump ball. Shot clock or game clock at 3. Will Model get one more shot off? There's a good look. And Diamond's shot far too long. So that's the half. 22-16. Our score here going into the intermission. Gavin Booker, Luke Reynolds. We're going to take about a 3-minute break, and when we come back, we'll give you the totals and maybe a few score updates from around the county here on this Friday night. Once again, 22-16 at the half. We'll be back with those totals from the first half after a word from these sponsors.
If you were injured in an accident,
it wasn't my fault.
But you called an Atlanta TV law firm.
That was my fault.
If you were injured in an accident,
call Cromartie Law.
Personal service from local attorneys.
We don't get paid unless we win.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? And usually that involves adventure, something I haven't seen before, something new, a new trail to ride, a new place to get to. You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
Greetings everyone, Cash Money Mike here with World's Finest Chocolate. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and make sure you keep Christ in Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and that is love, forgiveness, grace. And if you ever need chocolate, please give me a call. Scan the QR code, and adios.
If you've been injured by a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall, or someone else's negligence, you need Cromartie Law. Call 706-622-4853 for your free consultation. Get personal service from local attorneys.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
Game number 8 of this 72nd annual Rome 7 Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament has reached halftime. These are the Lady Dragons from Pepperell, the Lady Blue Devils from Model. Let's break down the scoring here while we have a chance. Gavin Booker, Luke Reynolds, happy to have you along here on WLAQ's coverage of this historic tournament. It was a 15-9 lead after one for the Pepperell Lady Dragons, thanks to a big first quarter from Caitlin House. All 10 of her 10 points coming in that first quarter. Again, 15-9 after one. And then this game tightened up in the second, Luke. 7-7 was the score and breakdown of the second quarter. Cam Sanders added 3 points. Addie Mathis got on the board, and Sasha Wood added on to her point total and now sits at 7 going into the half. Some missed opportunities there from Model at the free throw line. They missed their last 4 foul shots of that quarter, and that could have really tightened things up. Could be a 2-point game right now if they knock those down. But right now the score sits 22-16. Again, your leading scorers in this one, Caitlin House with 10 for Pepperell, and 2 tied atop the box score right now for Model. That's Cam Sanders with 7 and Sasha Wood with 7. Your thoughts from the first half, Luke?
Well, interesting here that Pepperell is leading, and pretty inspiring for their program. I mean, you're talking about a team that has already surpassed their win total from last year. They had 7 wins last year, and they're already at 10 this year. So big things happening over at that program, and a win here over Model in the Christmas tournament, a rivalry game, obviously,
Sure.
as they all are in this tournament. And that would be a big thing for Coach Claytor's program.
Yeah, that was really something I failed to mention at the onset of the broadcast, at the top of the broadcast, was the record for Pepperell, 10-1. You know, that's also a significant amount of games that they've played this early in the year. I believe they've played more games than anybody in this tournament. And that could, what we are seeing on the floor could be a product of that, you know, just more hours logged with each other on the floor in game action than everyone else. Still fairly early in the year. We're just now getting to Christmas break and a lot of basketball to be played the rest of the season, though, and Model is right there with them almost. I mean, 6-2. They've played 8 games. I mean, that's no small amount of games either. I think Rome, if I read it correctly, coming into tonight's ball game, and only played 4 games this season. So it's interesting at this point in the year. Everyone's kind of in different spots. And, boy, how big would a gold ball be to one of these programs this early in the year, building momentum towards the new year.
Exactly. And, I mean, not only is it Model and not only is it a gold ball there in contention, you're talking about a Final Four team last year that Pepperell would have a victory over. But I do think that they have to stop forcing shots. There were some shots there from Caitlin House that definitely could have been passed elsewhere.
Yes.
And a couple of ill-advised fouls, I would say. But down the stretch, if they clean those up, this could easily be an upset victory for the Dragons.
Just real quick, some gold ball history for you. This is a tournament Model has won 14 times, last in 2018. And Pepperell, well, they have never won it on the women's side of things. We're going to take one more break. We've got about 3 minutes until the second half tip. So we'll take a 3-minute break and be back when...
Call Cromartie Law of Rome and get to know local attorneys that work with you personally. Call a TV law firm in Atlanta and get to know this.
Call Cromartie Law in Rome. They've collected tens of millions on behalf of their clients.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
Greetings everyone, Cash Money Mike here with World's Finest Chocolate. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and make sure you keep Christ in Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and that is love, forgiveness, grace. And if you ever need chocolate, please give me a call. Scan the QR code, and adios.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're gonna take care of you.
If you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
The 72nd annual Rome Seven Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament rolls on into Friday night. This is game 3 tonight. We still have 1 to go. The boys' winners bracket game will take place shortly after the conclusion of this one, and we'll have Rockmart and Darlington for you here on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Sports. Inbound pass for Pepperell. They lead 22-16. Shot out of the break goes. And that is a 3. And I believe that was Sarah Harris. 25-16 our score. Free throw line jumper at the other end, good for Sanders. She had 7 in the first half. She now has 9 to lead all Blue Devils scores in this game. So 25-18, Pepperell's second possession underway. Dribbling down to the low block, then pulling it back out, Sarah Harris. She throws a cross-court pass and a jumper, good for Hannah Smith.
And how about it starting off hot for the Lady Dragons?
Speeding back the other way is Wood, and she'll lay it in. Sasha Wood. She saw Cam Sanders pick up her 8th and 9th point. She said, I want to do that too. That looked fun. And so she does that exactly. Runner in the lane won't go for Caitlin House. She had 10 in the first quarter, held scoreless in the second, but she will not be held scoreless here in the third. Shot up and good. She's foul on the way up, and she will go to the line and shoot 1. Foul is going to go against Jada Wells. Boy, what a fast start to this third quarter, Luke.
A very fast start, and looks like they have cleaned up some of the mistakes made earlier on in the first half, and that's good to see from both sides.
Three-point play is complete by Caitlin House, and the lead is back to 10. Remember, Model got it to as close as 1 point in that second quarter, but now the lead back to double digits for Pepperell. At the other end, Wells outside, feeds Betts on the wing right, skip pass to the free throw line extended on the left, and moving her weight around in the lane is Sanders, but it's going to be Wells collecting her rebound and putting it back in for her first bucket of the game. Shot won't go. There's one of those kind of ill-sanctioned shots, I'd say, right there from Caitlin House.
Exactly, just a contested floater that time. Could have found a better one, I believe.
Second chance opportunity for Model after the missed shot from Addie Mathis. 3 in the corner, too strong. Another rebound, and going up with it and getting fouled is Mathis, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Harris is going to pick up her third, one of the primary ball handlers for Pepperell, now in a little bit of foul trouble. First foul shot won't go for Addie Mathis. 6:06 to go here in quarter number 3. And the lead is 8 right now for Pepperell. Mathis trying to cut it to 7, and she will. There's a made free throw. Breaks a streak of 5 straight missed free throws. Back the other way we go. House dribbling it up. Now they'll slow it down. They look to feed the paint, and the pass is stolen. Sanders and company moving back the other way. Sanders back out, top of the key. No shot there. Now to the hands of Betts. Her floater won't go. Gets her own rebound. It's too short again. Her third attempt is also short, but Sanders is going to lay it in.
And you've got to find a way to get the rebound there for Pepperell. The offensive rebound ends up in punishment for the Lady Dragons that time.
And Pepperell wants a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for Emily Clater. We'll take it with them here on WLAQ. We'll be back after a word from this sponsor. The basketball out of the timeout. Shot won't go for Millie Hopper, and now Model going back the other way. Dribbling it down to the baseline, then finally giving it up, Addie Mathis. Now on the wing right, it's Betts. Looking for an entry, she finds it, but the ball in and out of the hands of Sanders. Now we'll have a foul on the floor trying to collect the loose ball.
And interesting there, Betts in the corner always seems to be looking for the pass. It would be interesting to see her pull up for a 3 there. Could definitely catch Pepperell off guard.
I agree. Stays with Model. There is Betts with the ball in her hand on the wing left. One dribble, she'll give it up. On the other side of the floor, Addie Mathis. Betts back to Mathis. Short corner shot, good.
But hey, sometimes you don't need to knock down the three when you can facilitate as
That's
a point
right.
guard.
She distributes well right there, and the lead cut back down to 3. It's a 7-0 run for Model. They've been resilient, even with all the injuries this year, with no Javius Samples, with no Eva Pointer, and with no Savannah Minshew. They're keeping it tight with Pepperell right now. 30-27, 4:37 to go. We've got a foul on the floor. And that's going to go against Sasha Wood. I believe that is her first. And team second of this third quarter. Pepperell inbounds. Loose ball collected by Sanders. Model going back the other way. Chance to pull within one or maybe tie this ball game up this possession. And there we're going to get a foul. You could hear that Model bench begging for a foul in favor of Cam Sanders. It will come. It'll be the third team foul of the half for Pepperell. And Wood will inbound. Here's Betts. She receives the inbound pass, loses the handle, regains control. Sanders a long way out, gets it back into the hands of a ball handler. And now the entry feed, tipped away. Model gets lucky again. This zone working wonders right now for Pepperell. And that's going the other way. Dribbled off the foot of Sasha Wood. That's a great defensive set right there, especially to stop a run.
Exactly, and I think they have seen the film there that Model truly does not like to shoot behind the arc if they don't have to, and they are guarding the paint tightly.
They are. Millie Hopper on the wing left. Feeds Hannah Smith. Waist-high dribble. Skip pass back to Hopper. Hopper, a long three. She's fouled as she goes up with it. And that'll go against Wells. That's a costly shot on the triple from Millie Hopper.
She was looking for the box out that time, but just a little too early, and it'll be a foul.
She gained ground on the shooter and kind of disturbed her landing spot. And so to the line for three is Hopper, her first up and good. She had just one bucket in the first half. 3 dribbles, and her second foul shot, no good. And we'll get a sub for both sides. Alana Penn checking in, along with Kirsten Cordell for Pepperell. 31-27, third and final foul shot coming for Millie Hopper. And it is good. The lead 5. Model breaks the press with ease. Penn, little euro. She can't get a clean shot up. Smacked away. Now we're going back at the other end of the floor. House, who's been quiet. Feeds down low, back outside. Smith's shot, a little short, and a rebound for Sanders.
And the crowd here in favor of the Model side was looking for a carry that time on House. Was not called there.
At the other end, Wood on the wing left. Feeds down low, Sanders. She's not looking for a shot. Now she is. Gets down, puts a body on the floor. Rebound Wells, and the bucket will count for Sanders, and she'll shoot one at the line. I know I said it a little bit earlier, but again, the rebounding prowess of both Sanders and Jada Wells.
And the rebounding prowess along with the size differential that time.
And Alana Penn, pardon me. Penn was the one down there vying for the rebound. Sanders' shot is good. 7 in this quarter for Cam Sanders, bringing her total to 14 in the game. And again, the lead back to 1 possession. Runner, no good, but a foul called on the shot, and Hopper's going back to the line. Penn's going to pick up the foul. Now both teams with 4 team fouls with significant time left to go in the quarter. First foul shot up and good for Hopper.
Solid free throws so far for Hopper.
Yes. And you would hate to get to the end of the game and look back on those, 5 missed free throws in a row for Model there in the middle part of this game and have that come back to haunt them.
And that is why coaches stress the importance of free throws, because they can win or lose a ball game.
Most definitely. Both foul shots were good for Hopper. She's 4 of 5 from the line now in the game. Great feed down low. Penn from the pass from Wood, I believe. Penn's first bucket of the game.
And that's why Sanders is such a playmaker. Unselfish, being able to feed it and not always just score.
And an offensive foul on the Lady Dragons is going to flip possession and bring Model back down towards their bench. 34-32, yet another possession for the Blue Devils to potentially tie this game up. Cam Sanders operating far out from the arc. She'll give it to Wood. Wood dribbles in, and she'll walk with it. I think she was looking to pop it right back out to Mathis, who had relocated right behind her, but just took one too many steps. House, long pass up to Hopper on the wing left. She backs down her defender. That's Penn. They swing it back around, get it into House on the low block. She's double teamed. She thought about a shot. Now she'll get the ball into McGinnis. Oh, great pass, great find. Shot won't go, a second shot won't go. And going to the line, Gloria McGinnis. Man, with all those bodies, I'm just anticipating like a hand coming up and just swatting away one of those passes down there, but it just never came, that possession.
Yeah, and that has been the story of a few of these possessions, just the ball taking an unlikely bounce, bouncing around, improvisation, and ending up for a positive possession for both sides in different points.
First foul shot, no good. Cam Sanders going to get a blow right here. And Georgia Womack going to check in, get her first minutes of the second half. I think it'll be a quick break for Sanders. Second foul shot is good for McGinnis to put her in the scoring column tonight. 35-32, still a one-possession game. Model would love a three right here. Under 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Betts, skip pass, Womack. Ooh, I think I would have taken that if I were Womack. She gets it back now. One dribble and loses the handle, and it's a steal for Pepperell. And now Womack's going to get it right back. Wood, double teamed in the corner. Trap comes. They get it out. Fresh shot clock at 25 seconds for Model. A minute 20 to go in the first half. Down low. Shot won't go for Penn. And we've got a foul coming. Womack was fouled, getting the rebound. And that'll be the fifth team foul. And so Womack is shooting 2 free throws. That's huge.
Huge that time, and they actually did have a defensive stop that time. The size advantage mitigated there with Penn, but the foul that time, and all for naught.
Womack's first foul shot wide of the target. Another one coming, though. Chance to cut it to a 2-point lead. All is quiet inside the Winthrop King Center. And we've got a lane violation. The shot was good, but a lane violation, I believe, on Womack. She kind of let herself fall over the line, and so that won't count.
She did, and the mental errors starting to stack up and could be a factor as we head down the stretch here.
70 seconds to go, third quarter, 35-32. Pepperell has yet to trail in this ballgame, but boy, this has been a close one for the last, I would say, 12 to 15 minutes. Backing down her defender, Cordell. She gives it out. McGinnis back to Cordell in the lane. Shot high off the glass and good. And with House going cold, Pepperell is finding other scorers now. Womack at the other end. Great feed down low. Oh, almost an and one opportunity for Alana Penn. But Penn will go to the line and shoot 2.
Almost, and the press that time worked around beautifully that time by Model, and they'll be going to the foul line.
Foul will go against McGinnis. Penn will go to the line looking for her third and fourth points of the night, and again to try to cut this to a one-possession game. First shot no good. Second is on the way. And it is good for Alana Penn, who's got 3 points here in this quarter.
And 1 for 2, not too bad there. I think Coach Eccles would be happy given the free throw struggles tonight.
Most definitely. 4-point game. 1 second difference between shot and game clock, and Pepperell's going to turn it over on a McGinnis travel. All right. Model could have the last possession if they want it here. Shot clock goes dark, 25 seconds to go, third quarter. And the pass stolen. McGinnis read that like a book, and McGinnis loses the dribble. It goes off her knee, will go back the other way. All right, so you get a redo here.
Unfortunate, almost there. A good highlight reel play, a steal and score, but just fumbled it right at the rim that time.
Betts dribbles right over the shorter Hawk at midcourt. She looks, Womack puts her head down, gets into the paint, misses, gets her own rebound. Shot also misses. Penn's shot won't go either. Womack with 3. Her shot won't go. And that is going to be how we end the third quarter. Every opportunity in the world for Model
and some
to
of the
tie
Model,
this game.
Some of the Model faithful looking for a foul that time, but they very much had the opportunity. You've got to be able to get a bucket right there from short range after that many rebounds.
Man, Pepperell keeping them at arm's length as we go to the fourth and final quarter of this one. 8 minutes, all that's left in this one. We'll be back. Let's take a 30-second break here in between quarters, and we'll be back here on WLAQ.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Our presenting sponsor, Cromartie Law. Instant Replay is brought to you by Smith & Woods Wealth Management. We also thank Mathis True Value Hardware.
2, 4,
Advent
6,
Health
7,
Redmond.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
World's
13,
Finest Chocolate.
14, 15, 16, 17.
And the Herb Shop on Broad. Please support the businesses that support us.
Northwest Georgia Media's coverage of the 72nd annual Rome 7 Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament, brought to you by Cromartie Law. And that was actually a quarter, Luke, that the Blue Devils outscored the Pepperell Lady Dragons 17-15, the highest scoring quarter tonight, and it's 37-33. Pepperell with a steal off the inbound. House going the distance, and her shot is good.
And Caitlin House finally finding another bucket and looking to get back hot like she was to start this one out.
Most definitely. Pretty much a non-factor up until that back bucket here in the second half, with just 3 points in the third quarter. And for a scorer that had 38 and 9 to go, I'd say that's a non-factor stat line. Sasha Wood's shot is good, and so these two teams trade twos to open up the fourth quarter, 39-35. And again, Pepperell, I mentioned it as we headed into that last break, they're just keeping this model team at arm's length here in the second half. That's going to extend it a little bit. Hannah Smith with her second triple of this ball game.
And beautiful dribble inside that time, just able to create space for Smith, and she drains it.
Pepperell back into their 2-3 zone. They look down low to Sanders, backing down her defender. She's triple teamed. Shot wouldn't go, but she gets her own rebound over 3 defenders. Puts it back, it won't go again, and eventually the ball falls into the hands of Jada Wells, and Wells is going to shoot 2 at the line.
Yeah, and the Pepperell defenders, as Kusa experienced last night, just struggling down low.
Yes.
And fouling more oftentimes than not.
Wells with a bucket in the third quarter, her only points tonight, and that is a great back-spinning first foul shot that is good. Some substitutions for Pepperell. House coming out of the game. You got to capitalize on those minutes when she's not in. That's what Model's going to look to do. Trailing by 6 right now. They're looking to cut it to 5 with Wells at the line. And it's good. 42-37.
Yes, and the free throw shooting will continue to be a factor for Model.
Breaking the press, getting it up the floor, Sarah Harris. Or pardon me, that is Hopper. Hopper's shot won't go. It was kind of a one-man band that time down the floor for Pepperell. A second chance shot opportunity won't go either. Here comes Model. Back the other way. Wood pushing the envelope. Now she'll back it out. Down low. Sanders back out. Got to have an open shot. Oh, but the shot airballed. Put back good. How does Sanders continue to find these boards? That's what I want to know.
I do not know. And that time Pepperell even put a double team on her, which is what I think Coosa should have done earlier, and still able to find the rebound and score.
Foul on the dribble drive for Millie Hopper. It'll go against Wells. I believe that's her second, team's first of this fourth quarter. About 2 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter, and the lead is 3. Wells going to have a seat. Pepperell will inbound on the O and shorter down on the baseline to our left. Inbound comes, 3 hoisted and good. That is Hannah Smith. And she is slowly having, or quietly I should say, having herself a night. That's now 11 for her. She's in double figures. Down low, again, it's Sanders, and they just do not have an answer for her other than to foul her right now. And so Sanders is going to go back to the line.
Do not have an answer, and just such an uncanny ability to find her way to the rim. And if it's not on the rim, it's her getting fouled. So, I mean, and Gavin, she is only a sophomore, which is insane to me.
Crazy. She has got a heck of a career in front of her. Worth mentioning again that replay tonight on Northwest Georgia Media is brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. The Northwest Georgia Media guys here doing a phenomenal job. We'll highlight them towards the end of the broadcast. Want to make sure they get their flowers as well. Sanders' second foul shot won't go. Now they're going to trap Pepperell, or at least try to, in the backcourt. Going the distance, and a full-speed layup for Hannah Smith. She is taken over here in this fourth quarter.
How about it for Hannah Smith?
Look at Wood weaving through defenders.
And Wood on the other end. Hannah Smith and Wood having a little duel right now.
The pace of this game, it is quickened here in this fourth quarter. The lead's still 5. Jumper in and out for Hannah Smith. Offensive rebound, though. Harris. And we've got a jump ball. Man, this game a lot different than the 2 we called yesterday, Luke.
And the way that one was going for Pepperell, I somehow thought she was going to pull it out and score a bucket that time, but did not go.
Yeah, I thought Hannah Smith's jumper was going to go. That 3 is short of the mark, and we've got a foul coming after the offensive rebound for Kirsten Cordell. She'll go to the line and be shooting 2. The foul will go against, who did they get that with? I didn't catch that. Oh well. 2 shots at the line coming for Kirsten Cordell. 5:02 on the game clock. First shot good. Another thing to note, Pepperell has been significantly better at the charity strike tonight. They're taking their free ones and making them. And another lane violation. This time on Pepperell's Cordell. So that second shot won't count.
Yeah, and it looked like that time the free throw, just one more hitch on the shot that time, messed up the timing.
Betts crosses over once she gets it across. Now Betts on the wing left. Forecourt or cross-court pass. Now Wood inside the free throw line. Back outside. 3 short of the rim. Rebound Pepperell. They're going to push the envelope here. 2-on-1. Back the other way. Lay in. Fouled on the way up. Hopper. Ball really never made it to the backboard, but it won't matter. She'll go back to the strike and shoot 2 more. I don't have the exact total on what everyone is shooting at the line right now, but we'll for sure get you that after this one's over, because I think that's a big storyline.
A massive storyline right here. And sometimes it's just not your night from the free throw line, and it is becoming a little bit of a problem for the Lady Blue Devils.
The coach of the Blue Devils going to take a timeout here on the floor. We'll take a 30-second one with him. 48-42, 4:37 to go here, fourth quarter.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
While we have an opportunity to do so, I want to highlight some of the folks making this possible on Northwest Georgia media side of things. This camera crew right now, Afton Taylor, Bennett Abernathy to our left here doing a phenomenal job up top. Clay Hardacre and Caleb Bice on the sideline cameras. Dylan Bice on the score bug. On replay, we've got Nathan Patterson doing a phenomenal job on the wheel tonight. And, of course, technical director Mike Garrett. Shout out all those folks doing a phenomenal job tonight. We pick back up, 4:37 to go here in the fourth quarter. First foul shot is up and good for Millie Hopper to push the lead out to 7 for Pepperell.
And as we mentioned, the free throws just separating the Lady Dragons from Model right now.
Both foul shots up and good, 50-42, 4:30 to go. Folks starting to crowd in here now as they wait in anticipation of our late game tonight. So that is adding on to what was already a packed house here inside the Winthrop Kings Center. Pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Model right in front of the Blue Devils bench. It's been a great effort from Sally Eccles' group and the Blue Devils. They just haven't been able to fully close the gap in this game. Dribbling around the perimeter. Wing left Mathis back in the hands of Wood and now into the hands of Wells. Wells to the corner for Mathis. Now back to Wood. Straightaway shot from 2 won't go. And a rebound to Pepperell. And it's starting to feel like the window closing right now for Model. Down 8, a bucket here could put them down double digits. Runner won't go, and we've got a foul. No, yes we do, a foul. Well, was it? No, I believe Smith had maybe her hand on the ball and maybe a foot out of bounds.
Close call there. I couldn't really tell what was going on there.
So the lead 8, Model with the ball. Wells, low block, and we've got an offensive foul coming on Wells. That ref down there indicating that it was that forearm that got her in trouble. Again, the replay brought to you tonight by Smith and Wood Wealth Management. At the other end, laying good for Cordell.
And a defensive lapse that time, just not covering the girl in the middle that time, and Pepperell able to capitalize.
Lead is back to 10, which is where it stood coming out of the half. Another steal, and a foul coming on Sanders, trying to trap the basketball in the backcourt. And for Pepperell, I know we've talked a lot ad nauseum about Caitlin House and what she's done in this tournament already, but it's the complementary pieces tonight that are doing the heavy lifting for this Pepperell group. Hannah Smith, a great night. Millie Hopper, a phenomenal night. Cordell's added a couple baskets. Evans off the bench has added 5.
Yes, in a situation where a player like Hannah Smith has seen the highs and lows of this team and has seen this 10-1 start and truly does not want to let it slip away in a wasted season, and she's playing like it right now.
So we had a foul on the inbound, and so with that being the 5th team foul for the Model Lady Blue Devils, going to the line, shooting to perhaps one of their better foul shot shooters, and I say that as the first one misses. There's that broadcaster's jinx. I knew it was coming at some point in this tournament, but it's Hannah Smith at the line. Her first was no good, her second coming very shortly. They lead by 10 in this game with 3:16 to go. Second foul shot is good for Smith. All right, kind of feeling like now is the time. If it's going to happen for Model, you need a bucket here, some kind of bad.
And the body language from these Lady Blue Devils at some points recently has looked a little defeated, like this one is slipping away.
That 3 well off the mark for Womack. Felt like that one could have changed the trajectory of this one. And now we've got a tie-up and a foul on White 14. It'll go against Millie Hopper. Model lucky that didn't go against them right there. I feel like it could have gone either way. But you always reward the offensive team on their end of the floor, getting physical for the rebound. Checking in, Jada Wells having a seat, Addie Mathis. Open shot for Womack if she wanted it, but she passes. To the corner she goes with the basketball. Shot won't go. Offensive rebound Sanders. Her putback won't go. Back outside. Three from Wood. Rattles in and out. Another offensive rebound. And we've got an and one coming for Sanders.
And some frustration that time. It looked like the opposing Pepperell player just shifted her feet at the last second and ended up being a defensive foul as opposed to an offensive one on Sanders.
And I know it hasn't been the game that Model has wanted, just looking at the scoreboard, but at the same time, I mean, Cam Sanders, I don't know what her totals were last night, but she's got to be getting close to multiple double-doubles here to open this tournament. We'll have a timeout on the floor. It is a full timeout, 60-second break. We'll take one with them and be right back here on WLAQ's coverage of the 72nd annual Rome 7 Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament.
Call Cromartie Law of Rome and get to know local attorneys that work with you personally. Call a TV law firm in Atlanta and get to know this.
Call Cromartie Law in Rome. They've collected tens of millions on behalf of their clients.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
WLAQ's radio coverage of the 72nd annual 7 Hills Rotary Christmas Tournament is brought to you by Harbin Clinic and Atrium Health Floyd. Free throw line shot no good for Sanders. At the other end, a transition bucket won't go for Pepperell. Now back at the other end, this is a real opportunity for the Model Lady Blue Devils, and getting fouled on the way up. That is Emily Gentry. Gentry, who is fresh to this ball game, is going to go to the line. She's cold off the bench right now, Luke, but these are some big free throws right here. Trailing by 9, chance to cut it to 7.
Big free throws and a bold move from Coach Eccles here, clearly seeing something in Gentry this week of practice, perhaps, putting her in this situation, and she's 1 for 1 on the free throws so far.
Yeah, first one's up and good. She may be the girl at the end of the practice you hope is shooting free throws and deciding whether or not the rest of the team runs sprints.
Exactly, and a good free throw shooter in that situation. Gonna have to continue that.
She makes both, and now a steal for Model. The lead has been cut to 7, chance to cut it even further, and they do.
And a slight momentum shift here. The Model faithful getting a little rowdy.
Wood with her third bucket of this fourth quarter. She was the leading scorer last night for Model. She's coming on strong here late. Pepperell breaks the press down to our left. And the shot up and good for Hopper. You needed that one if you're Pepperell to quiet the Model side of the gym. 55-48, 152 all that's left here in this semifinal. Shot hoisted and no good from Gentry. So Gentry, who hit the 2 big free throws, no good on the 3 to give the ball back to Pepperell. Now the focus shifts into breaking this press again. They're unable to do so. Sanders is going to take it, and she'll convert again. And it tightens up again, 55-50.
And I think the problem here, Pepperell's struggling to play slow as they've played fast all night.
That is a great observation. You say that as they turn it over. And right now, feeling the squeeze, the walls closing in on the Lady Dragons. Taking a timeout, Emily Clater with 1 minute, 24 seconds to go. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back to this 5-point contest. Here are the semis.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Joined by Luke Reynolds, Captain Booker here with you on a Friday night on the last weekend before Christmas. Most of the kids in the crowd just now embarking on their Christmas break. There's no better feeling than that. Doesn't matter what grade you are, Luke. You're a kindergartner, it feels the same.
Absolutely.
You're a senior in college, it feels the same. And that's the time of year we're at right now.
Utter relief. I finished my forensics exam yesterday, and I thought to myself, I don't even care when I get on this.
Is that like debate? Is that what that is? Forensics? What
no,
is that?
it's actually forensic science.
Oh, it's
That's
forensic
my science class
okay.
this year. Yeah, it's a pretty unique course to Unity, but it's a fun class. I enjoy it.
See, at Barry, we had a forensics club, and it was like a debate club. Anyways, back to the action. 70 ticks left. Model with the basketball. They've cut it to 3. Another bucket for Sanders. She has got 10 in this quarter alone. Breaking the press again. Pepperell. Dribble drive, pull up, short of the lane, airballed, and there will be a foul. And it will go against Pepperell. It'll go against Harris. And now with under a minute to play, Model has once again, I think this is maybe the third or fourth time this half that they've pulled within one possession, but they have yet to completely close the gap. And because that foul puts Model in the bonus, there will be free throws coming for Samantha Betts.
Wow.
Unbelievable how this game has flipped over these last 2 minutes. 55-52, Betts to the line, shooting 2. No more 1-and-1 in high school basketball. So the protected first shot is no good for Betts. And once again, Luke, the free throws, one of the simplest and purest forms of this game, coming in to play here late. And both are missed by Betts. Pepperell goes back the other way. House streaking up the far side. And did she step out of bounds? No, we'll have a foul on the floor. It'll go against Womack. Or pardon me, Betts, 21, not 12. So it'll go against Betts. And going to the line after the 5th personal now for Model is Caitlin House. Just 15 points in this one, coming off a 38-point performance last night. And her first shot is no good.
Free throw troubles on the other side.
Man, there must be something in the air tonight.
Something in the air. Little Christmas spirit, something like that.
Well, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, we hope that you were strapped into this sleigh tonight. We hope you're strapped in for the final 41 ticks of this one. We'll take a full 60-second timeout here on WLAQ. 3-point game when we return.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like a great basketball team, success starts with a solid game plan. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
Yeah, things have changed over the years to make life easier, but still, some stuff you do, it's great to pass on to your kids.
Somebody we want to shout out here real quick is Lynn Butler, board operator back at the studios of WLAQ, keeping us in line tonight. Foul shot is good for House. So 1 of 2 from the line. The lead is 4 points. So a 2-possession game now. Model with the basketball. 40 seconds to play here in the semis. Pull up. Spins around the hoop and finally falls for Sasha Wood. She's got 8. Model's big-time players stepping up when it matters most. Womack with the steal. She wants a timeout, and she gets it. Man, what a big play from Georgia Womack to secure the steal and call the timeout. The bench was all over it as well. We've got a 30-second timeout on the floor, and we're going to stay right here. We won't go anywhere because what a sequence that was. And you're right. When Model started pressing, this game changed, because they weren't prepared for it on the Pepperell sideline, and the amount of turnovers we have seen in the backcourt has altered this game and brought Model back from what was a double-digit deficit with around 2.5 minutes to go to now within 2 points with 26 ticks left. Shot clock's going to be dark when we come back out of this timeout. Ian, what do you want to see this possession right here from Model?
I think just continuing to pressure the ball, continuing to force it to the rim, because that has been successful against this Pepperell Dragons defense, and looking, you know, possibly for another foul, possibly for another opportunity to right it with the free throws.
Here we go. Ball is inbounded in the hands of Betts. Dribble, handoff, top of the key. Womack picks up her dribble, needs some help, feeds down low. Sanders, back out, 3. Short of the rim, won't go. Put back won't go either for Sanders. Game clock down to 10, and they issue a foul on the far side of the floor, and I believe it's going to be House going to the line.
Caitlin House to the line, and if you're the Lady Dragons, you sure as heck don't mind her at the line right now.
Most definitely, and for Model, I know they have their heads hung right now, but still 10 ticks left in this game. If there's one thing I do know is that nothing is assured at the line in this ball game. So here we go. First foul shot coming for House. It is up, and it is missed. And so Model has life. Now, I did like the shots that they took on this end. I thought Model got 2 really good looks from both Sanders and Sasha Wood. And if you wanted anybody shooting the basketball, it was those 2. Here we go. Second foul shot is good. Man, it touched every inch of the rim. 57-54, a 3 hoisted, didn't necessarily need that. Rebound and put back no good as well. That's going to do it. Pepperell wins a thriller in the semis.
And how about it, an eruption from the bleachers that we can see from our vantage point. The Lady Dragons fans know exactly what this meant for this program. And as you said, have not won the Rotary Christmas Tournament in their history, and they'll be moving on for a chance to do that.
That is their 11th victory in 2025. They moved to 11-1, and you know, I said it at the beginning of this tournament, before last night's ball game, how much an atmosphere like this plays like a playoff atmosphere. And we just felt that here inside the Winthrop King Center. These fans, especially the Pepperell faithful, getting behind this group. That felt like the championship game, but they still have got one more game to play. 57-54, the final in the women's semis. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll give you the totals from that ball game. Man, what a ride it was. We'll take a 3-minute break here on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media.
If you were injured in an accident,
It wasn't my fault.
but you called an Atlanta TV law firm.
That was my fault.
If you were injured in an accident,
Call Cromartie Law.
Personal service from local attorneys.
we don't get paid unless we win.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? And usually that involves adventure, something I haven't seen before, something new, a new trail to ride, a new place to get to. You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
Greetings everyone, Cash Money Mike here with World's Finest Chocolate. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and make sure you keep Christ in Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and that is love, forgiveness, grace. And if you ever need chocolate, please give me a call. Scan the QR code, and adios.
If you've been injured by a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall, or someone else's negligence, you need Cromartie Law. Call 706-622-4853 for your free consultation. Get personal service from local attorneys.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
Inside the Winthrop Kings Center, and if you're just now joining us, man, did you miss an exhilarating finish to the girls' semis? 57-54, Pepperell moves on. They're now a win away from their first ever gold ball trophy. Model falls, and they head to the losers bracket, but man, what an effort from both sides in that game. And we want to give you some totals here before we take another 5-minute break and get you set for the boys' semis. Caitlin House finishes with 16 for Pepperell. Hannah Smith just behind her with 14, and Millie Hopper with 12. So 3 in double digits for Pepperell in that game. They never trailed, surprisingly, Luke, a game that got as tight as 1 point in that second half, and as tight as 2 or 3 points multiple times, maybe even 5 times in that second half. They just continued to push them away, push them down, and they got out to a 10-point lead, an 11-point lead, I believe, at one point. But Model continued to fight. Model was led by Cam Sanders with 23. Most definitely had to be a double-double. We don't have the rebounding numbers, of course. There's only but so much you can keep track of up here. But she finishes with 23. Sasha Wood finishes with 17, her second consecutive 17-point game. Those were your primary scores, but they got a lot of help in this game off the bench. Did the Model Blue Devils, who are, without Javia Samples, who are without Eva Pointer, without Savannah Minshew, and for them to hang right there with a 10-1 ball club, now an 11-1 ball club, you got to be impressed, and you got to be happy with the effort if you're Sally Eccles.
You've got to be impressed, and you've also got to be impressed on the other side from the Lady Dragons. Sanders had a great game, but they were able to not really shut her down, but just contain her just a little bit, and that was a huge difference in the ball game towards the end of that one.
So again, Pepperell moves on. They will play in the championship game tomorrow. And Model, of course, will be in the consolation bracket from here on out. By the way, it's worth mentioning, Model actually outscored Pepperell in that second half. It was a tight third quarter. Model outscored them 17-15. It was a tied fourth quarter, both teams with 19 points, the highest scoring quarter of the game. It was a good one, but now we're gonna shift gears and we're gonna refocus and we're gonna get you set for the men's tip here after a 5-minute break on WLAQ. Darlington Rockmart getting warmed up here, seeing a lot of purple flowing in to the building here inside the Winthrop Kings Center, and both teams getting warm, getting loose. We've got about 10 minutes until tip. We'll bring you back here in 5 though, here on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media.